Hello everybody, this is PotterBrony, and this is my review of the new Deadpool movie. Okay, just got out of the movie with my friends, just got home and figured I'd do this while it's still fresh in my head. Holy crap, what to say about this movie. Okay, first of all, I am going to be talking about the movie, so obviously, spoiler alert, there will be stuff that I'm going to be talking about that is, maybe not critical to the plot, but may ruin a few things for you if you want to. So, watch the movie first, then check out my review if you want. But yeah, also, this review will contain as much dirty language and innuendo as the movie itself. Well, maybe not as much, but I will be talking about stuff that is not for younger viewers, so to speak. Yeah. Well, where to start? This movie was almost freaking perfect. The characterization, everything about Deadpool, the acting, the fourth wall breaks, everything was just what you would expect from Deadpool. It's like they really made the perfect casting choice with Ryan Reynolds. In my eyes, there could have been nobody else to play that character. They alluded to quite a few little things. In particular, the intro sequence is just a slow motion pan through the wreckage of the car that we've all seen in the trailers as it's flipping side over side and showing all the stuff flying around, which and also credits as to who's in the movie, director, and that type of thing. But that whole thing was starring one handsome motherfucker, or also starring a moody teenager, or a CGI character, or this funny motherfucker, or also stuff like directed by an overpaid douchebag, things like that. They didn't use any names, but it was perfectly presented that way, much in the spirit of Deadpool. And then also the debris that's rolling around in there, one of them being People's Magazine with Ryan Reynolds on the cover, voted the sexiest man alive 2015 or something. I don't know what. I don't know if he actually was, or if that was just a mock-up cover. I'd have to look into that, but just all sorts of meta jokes and fourth wall breaks and that type of stuff was just fantastic. Everything about it. One gripe that I had about it was his healing ability. He healed a lot slower in this movie, and he healed, he regrew a hand after he cut it off, a la 127 hours, which he made a reference to that movie right before cutting off his hand to escape some handcuffs. But it took overnight to regrow. Bullet wounds closed up really, really slowly. They did, but much faster than a normal human, but the speed of his regeneration wasn't what you would see in the comics or any kind of animated stuff. Yeah, it was just they kind of slowed it down, but I guess when he was regrowing his hand, they wouldn't have had that joke of a tiny baby hand jacking off and his cock feeling massive in it. Yeah, there was all sorts of also sexual jokes and that type of thing. I'm just rambling on about it, but in particular, when they were telling the story of the dysfunctional, yet oddly perfect and sweet relationship between him and his girlfriend, they showed how they celebrated every holiday, and that was in sexual situations unique to the holiday, him eating her out wearing vampire teeth, or for Halloween, for Thanksgiving, a lot of food was involved in their lovemaking. For Women's Day or something, the stuff that they were pulling off in this, he was butt fucked with a strap on by her, so that was a bit much, but it was really just a lot of that type of humor, a lot of fourth wall breaks, and in particular, one of my favorite fourth wall breaks was when he was telling the story to the camera, turns to the camera, sometimes even pushes the camera away, you may not want to see this, and tilts it that way. And it just shows the reactions of people that are standing nearby as he's torturing somebody. But like I said, one of my favorite fourth wall breaks was a fourth wall break talking about the idea of fourth wall breaks. And it just like, how much further could they go? He was explaining the character that he was living with, the old blind woman, and saying to the camera, well, you've actually seen her. And then it cuts to the laundromat where they first showed that character, and she's explaining how to get blood out of clothes. And, or gives him the idea of to wear red instead. And, oddly enough, coming from a blind woman, but whatever. And then in that flashback, he turns to the camera. He's like, "See, that's her. I told you you saw her before," or something like that. And he's like, "Oh wait, oh my God, what is this? A fourth wall break within a fourth wall break? That's like breaking through 16 walls," and just stuff like that. There was also a lot of serious moments in this movie. Oddly sweet love story between the two of them. Like I said, two very dysfunctional people, but they worked well together. References to the X-Men and Hugh Jackman. A couple of references to Hugh Jackman and Wolverine, that type of thing. And the X-Men, he went to the Xavier Institute at one point, knocked on the door, and only saw that girl from the trailers, like nuclear teenage warhead something, I forget, and Colossus. And remarked as he was leaving, he's like, "You know, it's a really big building. I only see you two. I've only ever seen you two." He's like, almost as if the studio couldn't afford another X-Men. Or references to, say, his to his turn as the Green Lantern, and even the failed Deadpool from the Wolverine movie. Overall, I'm not gonna spoil the plot line of it, but yeah, I already spoiled a lot of jokes, so as I had warned you before, is like, you know, check that. I hope you check that movie out before you watch this. Yeah, so I definitely recommend it. It's definitely a good movie, and I'm absolutely going to be seeing it again in theaters, maybe a couple more times. There are a lot of little jokes in there that you may miss too. There's like just a lot of little Easter eggs and nuggets and that type of thing. So who knows? Also, definitely stay to after the credits. If you are a child of the 80s like I am, you will definitely, Christ, I'm using that word a lot, you will really appreciate what they do at the end of the credits. But it's a Marvel movie, so you're probably going to anyway. Alright, so want to thank you all for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this review, and yeah, go check it out. Hope you saw it already, actually, because I hate to be the asshole that spoils shit, but I gave you warning. Alright, so take care. Until next time. Bye.